Hello and welcome to the Mountain Hideaway. I'm Blythe and I just got back after being gone for almost 2 weeks. So I am very excited to be home, and the first thing I really wanted to do was get in my kitchen. So I am showing you today one of my favorite summer oxymels, which I didn't get around to doing, but I thought the timing was perfect because it is a rose Oxymel. You can see it. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous red color. It is has red raspberries in it, cinnamon, ginger, hawthorn berry, honey, and our apple cider vinegar. So I really felt called to doing this. I really feel like my heart needs a little tending, and I thought other people might enjoy it. I'm actually going to make another batch, and once this is done in about 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to pour it off and I'm going to put it into little containers and gift it. So that's one thing I am going to do. So what you're going to need to do is to get a glass jar. This one is a quart jar. I think it's 750 liters. I'm not sure. So for the other people, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1 cup of raspberries. I actually got some organic raspberries that I'm going to use. So just using handy dandy fork, and you're just going to mash them, and they smell divine. I think one of my favorite things about being in the kitchen is kind of dawning on my kitchen witchery and just making some wild magic in the kitchen. It's the one thing that I always do upon coming home from a trip or just being busy and scattered, is doing a practice that allows me to just really use all the senses, and I really love that. So this gorgeous, gorgeous red color. So we're going to just spoon this into the bottom of our jar, and you can vary the amounts. You could make less than this if you wanted and use like a pint jar. I like making a lot of it, especially when the raspberries are in season. So you're just going to spoon all that in there. And then, I have an extra spoon. So good. And then what we're going to do is you're going to use about 2 inches of ginger root fresh, and you're just going to scrape off the outside. And I did shred this. So we're going to put this into our jar. It's not exact measurements. I'll give you the recipe below. And then I have 2 teaspoons of, I have cinnamon bark that is shredded and chopped. You could use like 2 cinnamon sticks for this also. So I'm going to sprinkle that in. And then a lot of times I make this without the hawthorn berries, but I just got them in the mail. I ordered them from Rose Mountain Herbs, and I am using them. I can't really see it. They're beautiful. They are, hawthorn berries are really good for the circulatory system in your heart, and so I'm adding them to a little extra boost of heart opening, and I did 2 pretty rounded tablespoons. And then we are going to measure out. It's the other new purchase I got. It is rose petals. Divine. I get them organic because I am going to use them medicinally as well as in teas. So you are going to measure out 1 cup. And they're so beautiful. I don't know if you can see the color. It's these are almost like a purpley red. And let's see if I can do it without spilling them in. So you're just going to tip that in. And then I had honey in here before, so I'm kind of making a mess. So I'm going to tip all of that in. And then, based on the size of your jar and how much quantities you guys put in, what you're going to do is you're going to use equal portions of apple cider vinegar. And you want to get the mother in it, organic if possible. Make sure to shake it because you'll get all the goody mother stuff at the bottom. So shake that, and I am going to start with a cup, and we'll see if that covers it. So I'm just going to measure about a cup. And then we're going to pour. This is my favorite part. If only chemistry was this amazing in school, I would have probably done better in it. So then you're going to add equal portion of honey. I use a local honey. This one is it's raw, it's unfiltered, and I always make sure that they don't treat their hives. My husband was a beekeeper, so we try to be really good about getting good local honey. Getting to know your beekeepers, always positive thing. Just look at that. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I don't eat a lot of sweets anymore. I don't bake anymore. And, but this is the one thing that I love. So now, you ready? Tip that in. Isn't that gorgeous? Make sure to get it all out, and I do give you full permission to lick the spoon or put your finger in it. So yummy. Okay, so now I have a chopstick, which was actually gifted to me from my sister when she came back from China to get her daughter Emma. So it's very, let's see, it's 22 years old. No, 21. No, 22 years old. Emma just turned 22. So it's the best. You just stir it up. Nothing fancy. You can use a knife, but I don't know, something about the chopstick just adds an element of, magic. And also, kind of as you're stirring, just thinking about the intention that you're putting into this. And for me, it is very much connected to opening my heart and allowing just more love and goodness to flow from that place. Mine is a little thick, so I am just going to I'm going to kind of top it off with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Again, it's not science. It's wild magic. Okay, so once that's kind of stirred up, and if I wasn't on camera, you can even stir and whisper in an intention. So we'll do it together. Let's see, how about, may this bring forth beauty, love, and devotion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Little extra magic. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do is, I didn't bring a piece out. You're going to put a piece of parchment paper on top, because the acid in the apple cider vinegar will eat away at your lid. So you're going to do that, and then I just screw on the lid. And then my son really hates it when I put stickers on the outside of my jar. So, but I am going to label it. Otherwise, you will totally forget once you have all these goodies going in your cabinets. So I'm going to use a Post-it this time. Leaves less stick. So I will do that. And then what you want to do is label it with today's date. And then you can also put either circle the calendar, or in about 4 to 6 weeks. I like to steep mine a little bit longer. I just think it tastes really good. And so I have the directions for this in last week's post that I will link to, along with some other recipes. And really, it's so much fun to just see what you have. Like if you don't have hawthorn berries, I would have added rosehip berries, but I didn't have those. So that would be fun. You could leave out the cinnamon. You could increase the ginger if you want a little spicy. And then when you like it, you can, every day you're gonna just shake it. I like to go in and I just kind of, I don't know, just kind of nice, set my intention. I just shake the jar a little bit, and then I will strain it off. And when you strain it, go ahead and kind of squeeze out all the juices. And then I actually store it in a glass jar. I usually store it in one of these old ones. I keep it because it has a plastic lid and I don't have to worry about the acid breaking that down. And then what I'll do is I keep mine in the fridge because we've had an ant problem this summer, but you can keep it in a cabinet and it lasts for, I usually keep it for almost a year. And so the way I love having it is I love just putting some of it, especially at night, I usually have it with dinner, and I'll have just a glass of water and I will put that in it, and I will also sometimes add some bitters to it. So that's kind of my concoction. So I hope that you give it a try, or try one of the other ones. Is really fun. I usually also do a blackberry one, which is really good. And that one, I usually do it this time of year, but we were out of town, and when we got home, our blackberries were all gone. So this year, it's going to be this one. So I hope that you give it a try, and I will talk to you later. Okay.